Hello, Shalom. Reading day 7 of the Daily Bread will be in Genesis, continuing in Genesis 7:17, picking up from all the way through 8:14. We'll read Joshua 10, Psalms 9, Proverbs 7, and Matthew 7. Genesis 7:17. And the flood was on the earth. Okay, so just recap. All the animals gathered to Noah, and Noah and his family on the ark, and Yah shut them in. Okay. And the flood was on the earth 40 days, and the waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth, and the waters were mighty and greatly increased on the earth. And the ark moved about on the surface of the waters, and the waters were exceedingly mighty on the earth. And all the high mountains under all the heavens were covered. And the waters became mighty, 15 cubits upwards, and the mountains were covered. And all the flesh died, and the creeping creatures of the earth, birds and cattle and beasts, and every swarming creature that swarms on the earth, and all mankind. And all whose nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life. And all that was on the dry land died. So he wiped off all that stand, which were on the face of the ground, both man and beast, creeping creature and bird of the heavens. And they were wiped off from the earth. And only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. And the waters were mighty on the earth 150 days. So it rained for 40 days, but the waters were there for 150 days. And Elohim remembered Noah, and all the beasts and all the cattle were with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. And the fountains were in 8 now. And the fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were stopped, and the rain from the heavens was withheld, and the waters receded steadily from the earth. And in the end of the 150 days, the waters diminished. And in the 7th new moon, the 17th day of the new moon, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat, and the waters decreased steadily until the 10th new moon. In the 10th new moon, on the first day of the new moon, the tops of the mountains became visible. And it came to be at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven, which kept going out and turning back until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove from him to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for its feet, and returned to the ark to him, for the waters were on the face of the earth. So he put out his hand and took it and pulled it into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent the dove out from the ark. And the dove came to him in the evening, and see, a freshly picked olive leaf was in its mouth. And Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth. And he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, which did not return to him again. And it came to be In the 601st year, in the first moon, the first day of the new moon, that the waters were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and saw the surface of the ground was dry. And in the second new moon, on the 27th day of the new moon, the earth was dry. Please, Genesis part. Reading Joshua 10. And Nahab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, each took his fire holder and put fire in it, and put incense in it, and brought strange fire before Yahweh, which he had not commanded them. And fire came out from Yahweh and consumed them, and they died before Yahweh. Oh, sorry. That's not it. Joshua 10. That was starting Leviticus. Don't know why. Sorry. Joshua 10. And it came to be when Amadol Siddiq, sovereign of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had captured Ai and had put it under the ban that he had done to Ai and its sovereign, as he had done to Jericho and its sovereign, and that the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel and were in their midst. They feared greatly, because Gibeon was a great city, as one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all its men were mighty. And Adon Siddiq, sovereign of Jerusalem, sent to Haman, sovereign of Hebron, and to Piram, sovereign of Urim, and went to Yaphia, sovereign of Lachish, and to Debri, sovereign of Eglon, saying, Hey, come up to me and help me. Let us strike Gibeon, for it has made peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel. So dude was trying to make a coalition there. So the 5 sovereigns of the Amorites and the sovereign of Jerusalem, the sovereign of Hebron, the sovereign of Yarmouth, the sovereign of Lachish, the sovereign of Elgon, gathered together and went up, they and their armies, and camped before Gibeon and fought against it. And the men of Gibeon sent to Joshua at the camp of Gilead, saying, Do not withdraw your hand from your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us and help us. For all the sovereigns of the Amorites who dwell in the mountains have assembled against us. And Joshua went up from Gilead, he and all the soldiers with him, and all the mighty brave men. And Yahweh said to Joshua, Do not fear them, for I have given them into your hand. Not one of them does stand before you. So then Joshua came upon them suddenly, having gone up all night from Gilead, and Yahweh threw them into confusion before Israel, and they struck them with great slaughter at Gibeon, and pursued them along the way that goes to Beth Horon, and struck them as far as Azel and Makkedah. And it came to be, as they fled before Israel, and were on the descent of Beth Horon, that Yahweh threw down large hailstones from the heavens on them as far as Azadeth, and they died. There were more who died from the hailstorms than those whom the sons of Israel had killed with the sword. Then Joshua spoke to Yahweh in the day when Yahweh gave the Amorites over to the children of Israel, and he said before the eyes of Israel, Sun, S-U-N, sun, stand over Gibeon, and moon in the valley of Elah. And the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself upon their enemies. There are written accounts of, in other cultures, of the sun and moon doing weird things at this point in time. So like the Aztecs, like the moon would move, and it moved back, kind of like rewind, and they saw this as a sign, and they started throwing bodies in the fire because that was what they did. In Egypt, the sun, being like it should have gone down, but it didn't. It threw many cultures at this point in time into chaos, and there's written accounts through different cultures about this happening on the same day. It is not written in the book of. Is it not written in the book of Yashir? Thus the sun stopped in the midst of the heavens, and did not hasten to go down for an entire day. And there had been no day like that before or after it, that Yahweh listened to the voice of a man, because Yahweh fought for Israel. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, to the camp of Gilead. Now these 5 sovereigns had fled and hidden themselves in a cave at Magadah. And it was reported to Joshua, saying, the 5 sovereigns have been found hidden in the cave of Magadah. And Joshua said, roll large stones against the mouth of the cave, and set men by it to guard them. And you, do not stand still, but pursue your enemies, and you shall smite them in the rear. Do not allow them to enter their cities, for Yahweh your Elohim has given them into your hand. And it came to be, when Joshua and the children of Israel had ended striking them with a very great slaughter, till they had finished, but those who escaped went into the walled cities, that all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Menacot in peace. No one moved his tongue against any of the sons of Israel. Then Joshua said, open the mouth of the cave, and bring out the 5 sovereigns to the cave, and bring out the 5 sovereigns to me from the cave. And they did so, and brought those 5 sovereigns to him from the cave, the sovereign of Jerusalem, the sovereign of Hebron, the sovereign of Yermoth, the sovereign of Lachish, and the sovereign of Elgon. And it came to be, when they brought out these sovereigns to Joshua, that Joshua called all the men of Israel, and said to the chiefs of the men in the battle who went with him, come near, put your feet on the necks of these sovereigns. And they drew near and put their feet on their necks. Then Joshua said to them, do not be afraid, nor be discouraged. Be strong and courageous, for this is what Yahweh is going to do to your enemies, whom you are fighting. And afterwards Joshua struck them and killed them, and hanged them on 5 trees. And they were hanging on the trees till evening. And it came to be, at that time of the going down of the sun, that Joshua commanded, and they took them down from the trees, and threw them into the cave where they had been hidden, and laid large stones against the cave's mouth to this day. And on this day, Joshua captured Megiddo, and he struck it with the edge of the sword, and he put its sovereign under the ban, them and all the people who were in it. He left no survivor, and he did to the sovereign of Megiddo, and he did to the sovereign of Megiddo as he did done with the sovereign of Jericho. Then Joshua passed over, and all Israel with him, from Megiddo to Libhan, and he fought against Libhan. And Yahweh also gave it and its sovereign into the hand of Israel, and he struck it, and all the people who were within it, and the edge of the sword. He left no survivor in it. And he did to its sovereign as he had done to the sovereign of Jericho. Then Joshua passed over, and all Israel with him, from Lahan to Lachish, and he encamped against it and fought against it. And Yahweh gave Lachish into the hand of Israel, who captured it, into the second day, and struck it, and all the people who were in it, with the edge of the sword, according to all that he had done to Libhan. Then Horam, sovereign of Gezer, came up to help Lachish, and Joshua struck him and his people until he left him no survivor. Then Joshua passed over, and all Israel with him, from Lachish to Elgon, and they camped against it and fought against it, and captured it on that day, and struck it with the edge of the sword. And all the beings who were in it he put under the ban that day, according to all he had done to Lachish. Then Joshua went up, and all Israel with him, from Elgon to Hebron, and they fought against it, and captured it, and struck it with the edge of the sword, and its sovereign, and all the cities, and all the people who were in it. He left no survivor, according to all that he had done to Elgon. And he had put it and all the people who were in it under the ban. Then Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, to Debir, and fought against it, and captured it, and its sovereign, and all its cities. And they struck them with the edge of the sword, and put all the people who were in it under the ban. He left no survivor. He had done, and as he done to Hebron, so he did to Debir and its sovereign, as he had done to Libhan and its sovereign. Then Joshua struck all the land, the mountain country, and the south, and the low country, and the wilderness slopes, and all their sovereigns. He left no survivor. He put all that breathed under the ban, as Yahweh Elohim of Israel had commanded. And Joshua struck them from Kadesh Barnesh as far as Azrah, and all the land in Goshen, even as far as Gibeon. And Joshua captured all those sovereigns and their land at one time, because Yahweh Elohim of Israel fought for Israel. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, at the camp of Gilead. Some argue that Joshua is the first special forces, first ranger. So now we're in Psalms 9. Psalms 9 has starts off, or each letter of the Hebrew alphabet has a verse. Alpha. I praise to you, O Yahweh, with all my heart. I declare all your wonders. I rejoice and exult in you. I sing praise to your name, O Most High. Bet. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and they perish before you. For you executed my right and my cause. You sat on the throne judging in righteousness. Gimel. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wrong. You have wiped out their name forever and ever. Hit. The enemy is no more, ruins everlasting, and you have uprooted the cities. Even their remembrance has perished. But Yahweh abides forever. He is preparing his throne for judgment, and he judges the world in righteousness. He judges the people in straightness. Wah, and Yahweh is a refuge for the crushed one, a refuge in times of distress. For those who know your name, trust in you, for you have not forsaken those who seek you, O Yahweh. Zaid. Sing praises to Yahweh, who dwell in Zion, declares his deeds among the people, for he remembers the seekers of bloodshed, and does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Het. Show favor to me, O Yahweh. Show my affliction by those who hate me, who lift me up from the gates of death, so that I declare all your praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I rejoice in your deliverance. Tet. The nations have sunk down in a pit which they made, in the net which they hid. Their own foot is caught. Yahweh has made himself known. He has done right rulings. The wrong is snared in the work of his own hand. Meditation, Salah. Yod. The wrong returned a shield and the nations that forget Elohim. Keph. For the needy is not always forgotten, neither the expectancy of the poor lost forever. Arise, O Yahweh, do not let men prevail. Let the nations be judged before your face. Put them in fear, O Yahweh. Let the nations know they are but men. Salah. End of Psalms 9. Proverbs 7. My son, guard my words and treasure up my commands with you. Guard my commands and live, and my Torah as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding a close friend. To guard you against a strange woman and against a foreigner who flatters with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my lattice, and I saw among the simple, I perceived among the youths, a young man lacking heart, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And look, a woman met him, dressed like a whore, with a hidden heart. She was boisterous and stubborn. Her feet did not stay at her own house. Now in the street, now in the square, and at every corner she lurks. And she took hold of him and kissed him. She hardened her face and said to him, slaughterings of peace offering are with me. Today I have paid my vows, therefore I came out to meet you. I earnestly seek your face, and I found you. I have spread my bed with coverings, colored linens of mistram. I have sprinkled my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of carnal love until morning. Find it, I won't say odd, but find it when we talk about a woman and what goes on here in that verse. It says carnal love, but when it's the man side of things, it's he knew her. Just something. Let us delight ourselves with love, for my husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He took a bag of silver with him. He comes home on the day of covering. With her many words, she leads him astray. With her smooth lips, she seduces him. She goes after him. He goes after her immediately. Like an ox, she goes to the slaughter, and as enchained a fool to the punishment, till an arrow strikes through his liver, like a bird rushing into a snare, and did not know it would take his life. Now listen to me, you children. Pay attention to the words of my mouth. Do not let your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not go astray in her paths. For many are the wounded she has caused to fall, and numerous all her killed ones. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the rooms of death. Now be in Matthew 7, I believe we're doing. Lost track. Yes, Matthew 7. And do not judge, lest you be judged. It's a continuation of the Sermon on the Mount. Do not judge, lest you be judged. For with the judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with the same measure you use, it shall be measured to you. And why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not notice the plank in your own eye? Or how is it that you say to your brother, let me remove the splinter out of your eye, and see a plank in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you shall see clearly to remove the splinter out of your brother's eye. Do not give what is set apart to the dogs, nor throw your pearls before the pigs, lest they trample under their feet, and turn and tear you into pieces. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it shall be opened. Or is there a man among you who if his son asks for bread, shall give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, shall give him a snake? And then you, being wicked, know how to give good gifts to your children. How much more shall your Father who is in the heaven give what is good to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you wish men to do to you, also do to them, for this is the Torah and the prophets. Enter in through the narrow gate, because that gate is wide, and the way is broad, and that leads to destruction, and there are many who enter in through it. Because the gate is narrow, and the way is hard pressed, which leads to life, and there are few who find it. But beware of the false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are savage wolves. By their fruits you shall know them. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes, or fig trees from thistles, or figs from thistles? So every good tree yields good fruit, but a rotten tree yields wicked fruit. And good tree is unable to yield wicked fruit, and a rotten tree to yield good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So then, by their fruit you shall know them. Not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, shall enter into the reign of heavens, but he who is doing the desire of my Father in the heavens. Many shall say to me in that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, done many mighty works in your name? And then I shall declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work lawlessness. What is lawlessness? 1 John. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and does them shall be like a wise man who built his house on a rock. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on the house, and it did not fall on it, for it was the foundation on the rock. And everyone hears these words of mine and does not do them shall be like a foolish man who built his house on sand. And the rain came down, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and they beat the house, and it fell, and great was its fall. And it came to be, when Yeshua had ended these words, that the people were astonished at his teaching. For he was teaching them as one possessing authority, and not as the scribes. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.